Good morning, children. Sai Ram. Today, in writing skills, we are going to have a reflective essay, a new topic. Children, already you have studied what is an essay and the types of essay. Let's understand what is a reflective essay. A reflective essay is a form of writing, creative essay, in which the writer examines his or her experiences in life. The writer then writes about those experiences, exploring how he or she has changed, developed, or grown from those experiences. So, a reflective essay is an essay that conveys the personal opinion of the author. It allows the author to explain their own thoughts or feelings about a certain subject rather than simply laying out the facts. In narrative essay, you narrate a story or incident, but in a reflective essay, you give your personal opinion about a particular topic or incident. It does not require all preparation or research as other essays do. It is actually your thoughts and experiences and your own opinions. You should write in such a way that the reader or teacher becomes emotionally involved in the information you have laid in front of them. Now let's see how to write a reflective essay. Now, what should be the tone of the essay? Self-reflection is a personal experience. Therefore, the tone and voice of the writing are personal as well. It is written typically from a first-person point of view. These types of essays take the reader through a journey of growth and discovery. Children, now let's understand the format of a reflective essay. First is introduction. Then you have to remember, leave a line. After each paragraph, you have to leave a line. This is very important. So first we have introduction and then main body. So main body, you can have 2 or 3 paragraphs with suitable examples or supportings, that is which supports your view or opinion. And then again leave a line. See, important information is given, so you have to leave a line after each paragraph, and then you have a conclusion. In a well written reflective essay, the author should always use first person statement such as I believe, or in my opinion, or according to me. This helps the reader or the teacher to understand that the information they are reading is from the author's point of view or author's perspective, and not to be taken as a fact but as an opinion. Okay. Sometimes a topic will be given to you and you are told to write what is your experience, what experience you want to share. So overall focus of the reflection should be what you want to tell about that particular topic. Now the topic is given here is punctuality. So we can start like that. According to me, punctuality means the habit of doing things at the right time. It is a mark of civilization and culture. It has been rightly called the soul of business. So what do you find in this introduction part? You have seen that here the writer tells the reason why he or she thinks that punctuality is good according to him. So here the reason is given, that is a mark of civilization and culture. Okay. Then we come to the main body. So you know that in the main body you can write 2 or 3 paragraphs. So you can write the reason. Why do you think that punctuality is a mark of civilization and culture? So you write the reason as unpunctuality is a bad habit. It is hard to get out of it. Unpunctuality is considered to be akin to rudeness. An unpunctual person is a nuisance to society. People have no confidence in him. So, if the person is not punctual, it can be termed as the person is rude. So, he is a nuisance to the society. You are proving your point. Punctuality, said Louis XIV, is the politeness of kings. It is a mark of a gentleman and the necessity of men in business. So in this third paragraph, you are giving an example to prove your point that punctuality is very important. And the fourth paragraph, another example. Washington once took his secretary to task for being late. The secretary laid the blame upon his watch. Washington retorted, "Then, sir, either you must get a new watch or I must get a new secretary." So here, George Washington, the President of America, what he said, the secretary used to always come late. So once he wanted to teach him a lesson. So the secretary said that he puts his blame on the watch. And what did he say? That either he must get a new watch or he will look for a new secretary. So this way he proves a point that punctuality is very important. So you are going to give examples, you can give examples to prove your point. So in the conclusion part, you have to round out your writing with a solid conclusion that concisely restates what you learned. So what have you learned? You have to come to a conclusion. So you can say, I believe much of our success in life depends upon our being punctual in our undertakings and appointments. Hence, there is a necessity of steadfastly cultivating this virtue in our daily life. So what have you understood? Half the battle in creating a great reflective essay is finding the perfect topic to write about. Your topic should be something that you experienced, learned, or grew from. It could also be a topic that requires you to think more deeply about a place or book. Let's have a quick recap of the format of a reflective essay. So first we have introduction. After that you have to leave a line, and then you have main body where you can write 2 or 3 paragraphs with proper examples, and then again you have to leave a line after each paragraph, please remember, and then you have conclusion. For writing a perfect reflective essay, you should know first to plan out properly how to organize a reflective essay. So first thing you should know is write properly the introduction. Your first paragraph should be an introduction in which you identify the subject, and give the reader a general overview of the impression it made on you. So, your introductory paragraph should also include a statement that will serve as the focal point of your paper. So, let me give an example. You can start like this. Why was I feeling so peaceful while walking down this beach? I realized it was because the beach had always been a place of rest to me. Now, this introduction you can start, and then in the body paragraphs, the first body paragraph, write about one reason your subject made the impression on you that it did. Then write about why. So, because this is a reflective essay, which means you can speculate, you can write your own opinion. So, there is no right or wrong answers in this type of essay. In the second body paragraph, write about the second reason why your subject made an impression on you, and then write the reason. In the third body paragraph, write about the third reason your subject made the impression on you, and again you can write why. So the conclusion will be a recap of your statement and the reason you provided in the body of your essay. Sum up your essay with some final thoughts on your subject and some closing reflective thoughts. Let us have some fun creative topics for self-reflection. A fight with a family member. Why did it impact you? What did it change about you? So you can write why you had a fight with your brother or sister. How did it affect you? And when you're thinking back on that, what changes you should have brought in your behavior? You can reflect on that. And then the next topic, a sunset. What is it about the beauty of a sunset that impacts you? What effect it has on you? Why do you feel so beautiful when you see the sunset? Then you have this next topic, your secret spot in your house. Wow. What about that spot is so important? Everybody has some place in their house. You don't want anybody to interfere in that. So what is the secret spot in your house, and why do you feel that it is very important? Then a vacation you will never forget. What about the vacation was so memorable? Why do you remember that, and why it is so memorable for you? So you can write on that, you can reflect on that, memorize it. Then an incident you can't forget. So why can't you forget it? Think about that incident and write and reflect on that. Explore your thoughts and emotions. So reflection is an exploration of events, not just a description of them. It is genuinely reflecting writing, and it reveals anxieties, weakness, errors, as well as strengths and success. It is normally necessary just to select the most significant parts of the event or idea on which you are reflecting. So that important part only you write. So it is often useful to reflect forward to the future as well as reflecting back on the past. So what has happened in the past, and what you learn from your past experience, and how it had brought a change in your behavior is actually reflective writing. So I hope you have understood what is reflective writing and you can write in a better way. Now children, I have a homework for you. This topic, which I had already discussed when I gave you so many topics, so out of that, this topic you have to write it in the composition notebook. So write a reflective essay on an incident you can't forget. So what will you write in that? You have to write about an incident which you will never forget. Suppose you had a fight with your friend or your parents or your sister, brother, anyone. So such topic, where you will reflect on that, and when you think about that incident, you feel that you were wrong somewhere and it was not good on your part to behave like that, and you think that it was mistake. Okay, so and you feel that you will never do like that again. So you are reflecting on that particular incident and how it had a great impact on you. That you have to write and explain. I hope you have understood. Now this topic you have to write it in a composition notebook and show it to me when I have a live session with you all, that is on 10th August. Okay. With this, we come to the end of today's session. Thank you. Have a nice day.